Julia Chapman, who's live for us in Moscow. So Russia, of course, backing Khalifa Haftar. Is Russia confident that Haftar will sign this deal?
Well, speaking at a press conference earlier this evening, the Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov struck a very optimistic tone. He said that he hoped tomorrow there could be an agreement signed by both sides, and the Russian officials say they will still be working to try to see that agreement signed. It was a very significant moment for the Russians and for the Russian influence over the situation in Libya, for this meeting to even be held in Moscow. It's not very often that the two rival leaders in Libya do meet and come together, and so this was a significant moment in the conflict in Libya. And so the Russian president was trying to make this a very important diplomatic turning point for the conflict, but it doesn't appear that they have quite achieved that, although behind the scenes there will certainly be work going on tonight here in Moscow in order to come to some sort of a resolution tomorrow.
And just explain why Russia's backing Haftar rather than the UN-backed government in Tripoli.
Well, explicitly, Russia doesn't back Khalifa Haftar. Russia has been very subtle in its support for the eastern Libyan rebel commander there. And as recently as Saturday, President Vladimir Putin denied that Russian mercenaries fighting in Libya had any links to the Kremlin. Of course, that's a different picture to that which Turkey has been painting. They say, the Turkish government says, there are 2,500 or so Russian militia fighting in Libya as well. And that's something that the Russian government has strenuously denied. On paper, though, the Russian government does believe that the Khalifa Haftar forces are the most likely ones to be able to clear out militants in Libya, although cynical analysts say there's a lot more to it than that Russia is simply backing the party that it believes will be the ultimate victor in the conflict in Libya, and that it is trying to shore up its position as an influential member when peace does get achieved in the country. And so that is why it has taken that position going forward. But I think Russia is trying to paint itself still as a neutral party that can negotiate with both sides, and that is why it hosted these talks in Moscow today.
Julia, thank you. Julia Chapman.